Hello students. Today in this lecture we are going to study the properties of determinant and inverse. Let's start with the properties which includes both determinant and inverse of a matrix. So for an invertible matrix A, determinant of A and then take an inverse is same as determinant of A inverse. That means if we take determinant first and then take inverse, or we take inverse first and then take determinant, there is no difference. So again, the proofs we are not going to do, but we are going to understand these with the help of examples. So I have taken a 2 by 2 matrix 2, 3, 6, 0. Let's start with the left side. Left hand side says determinant of A inverse. So determinant of this matrix is 2 into 0 minus 6 into 3. Its inverse minus 18 inverse or 1 by minus 18 or minus 1 by 18. One and the same thing. Now we are going to try right hand side. For right hand side, I need to find A inverse and then its determinant. And as we have done in lecture 7, first we are going to find its inverse. So right hand side, this is your matrix A. We have found that its determinant is minus 18. So yes, it is invertible. The determinant is non-zero. Now to find inverse, I am going to use the short trick here which I told you in lecture number 7. So A inverse, if you are doing the subjective question, you have to find A inverse, finding minors, cofactors and then adjoint. But if you are doing multiple choice question, you can just write like this. A inverse is 1 by determinant A into a matrix by writing the diagonal entries, interchanging the diagonal entries. So we get 0 here and 2 here. And non-diagonal entries are multiplied by negative sign. So minus 3, minus 6. So this is minus 1 by 18 into 0, minus 3, minus 6, 2. And let's see determinant of A inverse. Before that, I would multiply 1 by 18, negative of 1 by 18 with the matrix. So we get 0, 1 by 6, 1 by 3, minus 1 by 9. Now determinant of A inverse is 0 into minus 1 by 9 minus 1 by 6 into 1 by 3, that is minus 1 by 18, which is same as we have found for left hand side, minus 1 by 18. So with the help of this example, we are able to prove that determinant of A inverse is same as inverse of determinant A. Let's come to second property. It says the value of determinant remains unchanged if its rows and columns are interchanged. Recall that when we interchange the rows and columns, it is defined as transpose of A. So in other words, the property says that determinant of matrix A is same as determinant of its transpose. Again, I am taking the same example A, that is 2, 3, 6, 0. So left hand side determinant A is, we have already solved, minus 18. Now let's take transpose of this matrix. A transpose is 2, 3, 6, 0. And determinant of A transpose is 2 multiplied by 0 minus 6 multiplied by 3, that is minus 18 again. So determinant of A is same as determinant of A transpose. Next property, if any two rows of a determinant are interchanged, if we interchange two rows or two columns, then determinant remains same but its sign changes. For example, earlier we were getting minus 18. By interchanging two rows, we are going to get plus 18. So sign will change, but the absolute value 18 will remain the same. A is 2, 3, 6, 0. So determinant of A, we know that it is minus 18. Now let's interchange both its rows, and by interchanging its rows, we get a new matrix R1 interchanged with R2. Let's call it B. Now B is 6, 0, 2, 3. Let's find its determinant. Determinant of B is 6 3s are 18, minus 2 zeros are 0. So this is 18, which is negative of determinant of A. So determinant of B is nothing but found by determinant of A with a negative sign. Sign will change. If determinant A is positive, determinant B will be negative and vice versa. Next property, it says that if any two rows of a matrix are identical, that means same, then determinant of the matrix is always 0. For this, we have taken a matrix of order 3 cross 3 in which row 1 is same as row 2. So let's find its determinant by expanding column 2 because column 2 is containing maximum number of zeros. So expanding column 2, we don't need to write the first entry because it is 0. No need to write second entry because it is 0. This entry is at 3, 2 position. So minus 1 raised to power 3 plus 2 into this entry, into its leaving this row and this column. We get 6, 4, 6, 4. So that is equal to minus 1 raised to power 5. So minus 1 into 5, 24 minus 24. So we get minus 5 into 0, that is 0. So if two rows are same, then determinant is going to be always 0. Next property, if each element of a particular row or a column of a determinant is multiplied by a constant k, then its value gets multiplied by k. That means, let's say we have a matrix A, 2, 3, 6, 0. If we multiply one of its rows by some scalar k, let's say k is equal to 3, then this says that if we multiply 3 with one of the rows, let's say row 1, multiply row 1 by 3, and then we get matrix B. B will be obtained by multiply 3 with this first row, so we get 6, 9, and second row is same. Then it says that determinant of B will be k times determinant of A. That is 3 times determinant of A. Let's see. Determinant of A is minus 18 and B is, what is B? 6, 9, 6, 0. And determinant of B is 6 times 0 minus 6 times 9. So we get minus of 54, which is clearly 3 times minus 18. That is 3 times determinant A. So if we multiply any one row or any one column with a scalar, determinant gets multiplied with that particular scalar. Next property. This is the expansion of the previous property. Now we are going to multiply every row, or we can say every element of the matrix, by the constant k. Then we see that the determinant get multiplied by k raised to power n, where n is order of that matrix or number of rows in that matrix. So let's see. A is 2, 3, 6, 0. Let's take k equal to 3. Now the new matrix 3A is 6, 9, 18, 0. Then see, A is 2, 3, 6, 0. So determinant of A is minus 18. And 3A, that is 6, 9, 18, 0. Determinant of 3A is 6 multiplied by 0 minus 18 multiplied by 9. That is minus 18 multiplied by 9 or 9 multiplied by minus 18. What is 9? 9 is 3 square. 3 square, 3 was k, and number of rows in the given matrix were n, 2, multiplied by determinant of A. So this was determinant of Ka. So with this example, we are able to prove this property also. Note that all these properties which we have done can be done for the columns also. We can do the similar kind of properties for columns. And I suggest you to take one matrix of order 3 cross 3 and try to apply all these properties on that matrix. That would be a great revision of finding determinant, finding inverse, and finding transpose, and doing all the properties. Now we will do MCQs based on these properties. Let's start with first MCQ. Again, you have 30 seconds. Attempt this question and send your answer. Next. One more. That's all for now. We will meet in next lecture. Thank you. Have a nice day.